Hello everyone, my name is Tuan Saldin and I'll be taking through a journey about Etihad Airways. Starting from the history of the company, Etihad Airways started in year 2003 in the city of Abu Dhabi. They've been in the industry of aviation and they've been flying passengers to cargo from Middle East, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia and North America. The current chairman is His Excellency Muhammad Ali Al Sharofa and they have been appointed a new group CEO since October 2022 and Etihad's main mission is to represent Arabian hospitality and link between the East and West. So Etihads are working well towards this. Here I'll be talking about the macro analysis. This is the external environment Etihad operates and they have a very little control over it. And let's talk about the pestle E factors, that is the framework I'll be using. Political, yes, politically the government of UAE is actually owning Etihad and they are tying their level best to have political ties throughout the world, and they have been speaking to several Asian, European and American nations to have linked up business and to keep the political barriers less and have a political free uh, operation. So going into the economic, yes, this is also the government once again taking a lot of effort on the infrastructure, and they were already given the open sky policy, and they have granting visit visa, tax-free status, and they're giving work permits for foreigners and trying to meet up their labor market to boost their economy. Going into social culture, a very diverse culture inside Etihad Airways, and also they're recognizing people who are performing and they're rewarding them. So going into the technological, this is one of the main factors, major breakthroughs which Etihads are looking for, and this is where they think innovation and new technology is the way forward for Etihad. And they have been testing on reducing food waste through technology. Then they have introduced the facial recognition for cabin crews and virtual cabin tour and paperless planes. That's according to the Etihad's plan. So going into legal, they are working according to a legal framework, and they have special ethics where they enable their staff, clients, general public, and stakeholders to voice concern if something is not right, and they respect to their voices and they will respond to their those concerns. Coming into the last one, which is the natural environment, is very important. Currently, Etihads are working very closely with Boeing to produce their biofuel flights, and also they have already produced a commercial flight with locally produced biofuel, and they have won the award for 2022, the best airline on being a environmentally friendly airline, and they're very concerned about this on sustainability. So this is the way forward of Etihad Airways. Going into the next one, which is the industrial analysis, I will be talking about Porter's five forces here, and I'll be relating it to Etihad Airways. Starting with competitive rivalry, this is where for them, for Etihad, international airlines, low-cost airlines, charter airlines, and cargo carriers. This is where will be their competitive rivalry, who will try to enter this market. And coming into the next one, threat of new entrants. This is where when these competitors try to enter where Etihad operates, they will have to look into national civil aviation regulations, government regulations, high cost entering these airports, availability of slots and restrictions on the airport for these slots. So this is one area that the new entrants will face. Then going into the bargaining power supply, this is where the negotiating power Etihad has over their airport operating companies, ground handling companies, catering companies, and engineering services, pooling companies. Etihad by itself a very large company with very good financial background, so definitely they have a bargaining power over these suppliers. Coming into the bargaining power of buyer, yes, of course, this is where the passengers and the cargo companies and freight forwarding companies have, and here also the Etihad Airways will have a power over them for a certain extent. Coming into the last sector, which is threat of substitutes, this is where the other uh, things that Etihad will be looking closely: cruise ships, currently offering cheaper packages than airlines and low cost airlines, domestic airlines, and then other international airlines working with these domestic airlines, low cost railways and buses services. These are threats of substitutes for Etihad Airways. So going into the next area, which is the uh, firm analysis. Looking into the firm level analysis, I will be relating it to the VRIO model, where to see Etihad's competitive advantage. And basically, they'll be depending on the resources and capabilities to have the competitive advantage. So I have worked on 4 initiatives. So let us discuss about the initiatives of the Etihad Airways, resources and capabilities. Looking at the brand name is of course the VRIO, or yes for all four, and the sustained competitive advantage is received over there. And going into financial assets, V is a yes, R is a no, I is a no, and O is a yes again. Then there is a temporary competitive advantage. And when it comes to technology, V again is yes, R and I is a no, and O is a yes, and it is again a temporary competitive advantage. When you take the aircraft fleet, Etihad Airways has, it is also they can have a sustained competitive advantage over their competitors. So I think Etihad Airways mainly working on the resources and capabilities to sustain their competitive advantage. My next explanation about the stakeholders. This is where I've been working on Mendelow's matrix, and here I'll be talking about the power high and interest high, which is key players. This is where the stakeholder comes into play: the chairman, CEO, board of directors, UAE government, direct investors, employees, and supply partner, the airlines. So the power is high and the interest is low, which is where you need to keep satisfied. This is where Etihad Airways will be having a closer look. The General Aviation Authority, International Airport Association, Cabin Crew Association, and the customers. And then the power is low, the interest is high, they need to be keep informed: other government agencies, National Revenue Board, competitors, trade unions, environmental protection units, tourism industry, and hotels. And finally, power is low and interest is low could be general public. So this is how I'll be explaining the stakeholder analysis for Etihad Airways. Then coming into on this slide, I will be talking about the TOWS metrics related to the Etihad company. This is a tool used to increase company competitiveness, manage threats, seize opportunities, avoid weaknesses, and make the most of company's strong points. And strength, Etihad's strength is financial capabilities, and they're trying to take an opportunity working with Boeing, investing on the biofuel project, and this is called max strategy. Going into the strength against threats, this is called max min strategy. This is where Etihad will be partnering with international airlines and trying to reach other destinations where they don't operate. Then this is where they will mitigate this threat. Coming into weakness and opportunities, this is where Etihad will be partnering with local airlines, transportation companies, railways, and buses, tour operators, hotels, with packages to travel within the UAE, and this could be also used in other destinations such as in Europe. They could partner with special railways and buses. So coming into weak and threats, this is actually trying to mitigate the weaknesses and threats, and this is a min strategy. This is where Etihad could use their database and give special offers to their customers and make sure these customers don't use competitive options. So these are the options on TOWS metrics I could explain about Etihad Airways. Here I will be giving my recommendations and strategic options available for Etihad Airways, and I'll be using the ANSOF matrix to elaborate this further. And I'll be using the market penetration option. This is where Etihad could increase more flights towards the same destination, maybe running a promotion with competitive pricing during giving seasonal offers. So this is one option. They could increase their market share. And I can next talk about the product development, whereas you'll be giving a new product in the existing market. This is where you'll be introducing new fleets with latest technology, maybe business class options for a competitive price. And maybe they have smaller airlines going towards certain destinations with less passengers, where they can give a business class option for a competitive price. And coming into the new market development, this is where Etihad can look at the option of increasing their international appearance through partnering airlines, and also they can look at entering into the local Middle East market, whereas they are only focusing on international markets. So they could look at entering into the domestic market as well. Coming into the diversification section, whereas Etihad could looking at merging with cruise liner companies, and or maybe investing on cruise liner companies, or maybe investing on luxury hotels, and maybe they can join up with their promotions with the airline. And also they can look at building up luxury apartments, whereas UAE is famous for expatriates, and most of these expatriates, they come and stay in these luxury apartments. This would be another good option for Etihad Airways. These are the references I have been using. I have been using 16 references to uh, do my presentation, and I take this opportunity to thank my tutors and the model leader who have guided me throughout the lectures. And I hope I have done a good job in my presentation, and I take this opportunity to thank all of you, and this ends my presentation. Bye bye.